Hi, I'm Elizabeth at the Radford Public Library with What's New in Books. And what's new to us this week is Alice Hoffman's newest book. It's titled Magic Lessons, and it's the prequel to Practical Magic. And you might remember Practical Magic came out in the 90s, I think 1995. And shortly thereafter, it was adapted into a movie starring Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock, who played the Owens sisters. And after that, about 20 years later, Alice Hoffman published the prequel to Practical Magic, and it was titled Rules of Magic, and it was set in the 50s and focused on the aunts that took the characters in from Practical Magic. And now, to just be a little bit more confusing, we have Magic Lessons. And Magic Lessons is also a prequel to Practical Magic, but it goes back much further. It goes back to Maria Owens, who is the matriarch of the amazing line of men and women in the Owens family, featured in both Practical Magic and the Rules of Magic. And so we meet Maria Owens. She's been abandoned as an infant in a snowy field in England in the 1600s. So whereas the Rules of Magic were set in the 50s or the 60s, this goes back much, much further. So I think we go back to the very beginning, and I wanted to read just the first couple of paragraphs of the book to you, if that's okay, just to give you the flavor. If you've never read an Alice Hoffman, then you don't know that she writes in such a magical way. And if you have read her, then you're likely going to want to read this one, because she just has such a way of taking you out of this place and time. So this one, it opens in 1664, and it tells you immediately in the first page about the discovery of Maria Owens, who is the main character in Magic Lessons. She was found on a January day in a field where the junipers grew, wound in a blue blanket with her name carefully stitched along the border with silk thread. There was a foot of snow on the ground, but the sun was strong, and whoever had named the child Maria had most assuredly loved her, for the wool of the blanket was of a very fine grade, certain to keep her warm, and she'd been well cared for, not lacking for comfort or food. She was a quiet baby, but as the day passed she began to fuss and then to cry, doing so unfailingly and with great effort, until at last a crow came to perch on her basket, peering at her with its quick black eyes. That was how the old woman discovered the abandoned child, staring at a bird nearly as large as herself, fearless and wide-eyed from the start. Maria was a beautiful baby with pitch-black hair and pale gray eyes, a silvery shade so unusual the old woman wondered if she wasn't a changeling, for this was a place where strange things happened, and fate could be a friend or a foe. Changeling or not, Hannah Owens carried the baby back into the woods, singing as they went the first human words the baby would remember. So that's just the first couple of paragraphs from Magic Lessons, the newest book by Alice Hoffman. She's written about 30 books, and we have, if not all of them, most of them here at the Radford Public Library, so you can put them on hold if you'd like to read something by her, or you can also give us a call if you'd like to get on hold for this newest book, Magic Lessons. Thanks so much for listening to What's New at the Radford Public Library. Take care, and we'll let you know what else is new soon.